From the entertainment capital of the world, Rayville, Louisiana.
Come on, man.
Yeah, Mom.
Hey, Tim McGraw, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Dan?
Man, it's good to see you again.
You too.
It's been a
You
long
too.
time since we've seen each other. Nobody ever thought we'd make it this far.
No, they still don't.
They
still keep thinking every day, well, it's not going to last. It's not gonna
we
last.
breaking records all over the place. Got the new CD coming out. Tell me about that one.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. You know, there's so much music on it. It's just to me, it's a really musical record. I mean, I know that sounds like an oxymoron, but not necessarily when you hear some stuff sometimes. But it's just very lyrical based, and it's really based on the songs more as much as anything. I mean, the songs have something to say, and 18 songs on a record is a lot, but I couldn't narrow it down anymore. I love every single song, and I've said a few times in interviews that I turned this record in, and I literally told the label that you can pick any song that you want to release as a single, from 1 through 18, and I'm perfectly fine with it.
That's pretty impressive. Of course, you already had a big #1 hit with your lovely wife. Meanwhile, Back at Mama's. That's a country song, brother.
I know.
You don't
Go
hear as
figure.
many of
Go
those on the
figure,
radio
yeah.
anymore.
I know.
How'd you manage to slide that one by everybody?
Well, it's just again, it's just a great song, you know, and it's a great story. And I think that's what country music does best, is tell great stories. And anytime you can find one of those songs that you can really sink your teeth into and sort of get lost in, and then that's for me is what is this industry is all about, and what I do is all about.
All right, now, when you and Faith get together in the studio and start singing, are you singing partners? Are you husband and wife? Because I know if my wife and I try to do too much together, it gets kind of ugly.
Well, we don't do a lot together. I think that's I think, you know, we're coming up here on 18 years of being married, and we've really only done a handful of songs together. So we try not to. Well, we don't record a song unless it's pretty special to us.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think there's a combination of both of those things in there when we were singing.
Speaking of the family, girls are good?
Girls are great. Growing up, I mean, I've got a junior and a senior this year, so 2 years I'll have a couple in college.
All right, so to college, we just got one kid in college. What's your biggest concern with college?
I don't know that I have a concern so much as just staying on task.
Yeah,
that's the main thing, is keeping them on task.
Have we discussed any majors of what we'd like to be?
They're
musical aspirations.
They're all very musical, and they're all very into the theater and things like that. So I think that they're certainly going to lean that direction. Especially the oldest one, Maggie, my middle one's pretty into biology and the ocean,
there you go.
and all that kind of stuff. So there may be some of that involved.
Got her mama smarts, huh?
Yeah, well, she didn't get it from me, that's for sure.
Tim McGraw is our guest. Tim, did you find that with each of your children that they were totally different? You get this first one, you think, oh, I know how to do this. I got the blueprint for the second one. The second one comes along, blows that all the heck up.
Absolutely. They're nothing alike. Nothing alike. They're all completely different. And the funny thing is, you can see different parts of each of us in all of them, and there's different aspects are more highlighted than other aspects. So they're all just so unique in their interest in the things that they do and the way they go about doing them.
Now, Tim, you over the years, when you and I first met, to say we were healthy is probably well, it would be an out-and-out lie. I mean, we're treating our bodies like a tent,
Absolutely.
so to speak, instead of a temple. But now, these days, you really have gotten into. I mean, you're a workout maniac. You preach good health and all that. So to talk a little bit about that.
Well, I think the older you get, and look, I love doing what I do. I mean, our shows are pretty intense. I mean, anybody that's ever been to our shows know that they're pretty high energy, and we're on stage 2.5 hours, and so and people pay a lot of money to come see us. So I don't want to go up there and ever let them down and not give them a good show. And then as your kids get older too, you start thinking about, you want to be around to see what happens with their life. You want to be around to see them fulfill their dreams and to see how their life turns out and see which roads they take and how they go about traveling that road. And part of that is being around for them and being healthy, and that's part of the motivation.
Was there a big epiphany that suddenly you say, I just got to.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of philosophical reasons, but just purely on a vanity reason, I took my kids to a movie, and a trailer popped up for 4 Christmases after I'd finished that movie, and I saw my face in that movie. I thought something's got to change.
Does that ever get just like, I don't know, just not weird seeing yourself on the big screen?
I don't like it. No, I don't like it. In fact, I've never seen that movie, but it depends. It's hard. I guess any actor or anybody would probably say the same thing. It's hard to see yourself up there and get past it being you and get into the character.
Yeah. Tim McGraw, of course, our special guest. The new CD out in stores tomorrow, Sundown Heaven Town. And let's talk about something we really should be talking about, football.
Yeah.
Tell everybody what happened with the Ole Miss Raging Cajun game over the weekend.
I lost, man. I made a bet with a buddy of mine who went to Ole Miss, and now I've got to pay for dinner for 4 at a new Indian restaurant in Nashville. So.
All right, so your first mistake, being friends with anybody from Ole Miss.
Oh, well, I know.
That's where you really.
I tried to avoid that my whole life, and then in my neighborhood there's a couple of them.
Well, so. that happens. They sneak in even to the good places.
I know, they permeate everywhere. Yeah.
So what other kind of sports? And I know you have certain snacks you like to eat when you're watching your football.
Oh yeah, I love cheeseburgers and Frito pies. You know, you got to have a Frito pie.
You eat them out of the bag.
Yeah, you got to cut the bag.
Yeah, you got to cut the bag, put the Fritos in. I like mustard in mine too.
Oh, let's see that. There you go. Yeah. So is that like something you brought from is that part of the Ravel tradition?
Well, yeah, because growing up, going to football games and Little League baseball is Frito pies. You go up too far north and people don't know what a Frito pie is. So you have to explain it.
Do people here know what boudin crackling is though?
I don't think so. There may be a few because there's quite a few Louisiana people up here actually. Yeah, a couple of guys I went to college are up here.
Do you ever cook for them? Cook some good Cajun food for them?
No, but my buddy Robbie Kukuya, who lives up here, makes a mean gumbo. Yeah.
Yeah, very, very cool stuff. All right, the new CD, it's actually out in stores. You're going to be doing a lot of appearances and promotional appearances and off of 97.3 The Dog's Facebook page. Unfortunately, some of the more infamous incidents in your career have happened at our Cajundome with a couple of incidents that got caught on the YouTube and stuff. You don't blame us, do you?
No,
just our people.
You just keep on cruising, man.
At least we're memorable. You'll never forget Lafayette, Louisiana.
I've had some experiences in Lafayette in my college days, too, that I'll never forget.
Yeah, we're kind of the hotbed of things that probably we shouldn't be talking about. But the new CD out, available in stores. You can do the download thing on the iTunes, and you can get it. And it sounds like you're just absolutely over the moon proud of this record.
I am. I think that there's so much good music on it and so many great stories. And that's the key to what I feel like I do is bring good stories to life.
Tell me a little bit about some of the songwriters that contributed materials on this, because you got some of the best in the business.
There's some of the best in the business. Tom Douglas, the Warren Boys, John Knight. There's so many great songwriters on there. You guys got to see some of them perform last night.
Yeah, Red Akins.
Red Akins, yeah. Well, I wouldn't put him in that. Red Akins, I don't know if I've known Red for quite a long time.
I'd say the Warren brothers, the fact that you've known them as long as you have and you're still upright.
I know.
The Warren brothers were always my favorite because when we come to town, they were the people. Follow them. That's where the party is going to be happening.
That's where the party is. And they're good guys. I mean, gosh, we've written a lot of songs together. I think I've recorded over 20 songs of theirs throughout my career. So.
And many of those have been some of your biggest records.
Yeah,
they just have a knack with the lyrics. Well, best of luck with the new CD. And Tim, thank you for inviting us up to tour your town and hang out up here a little bit with you, and look forward to playing your songs on the radio. The new single is called Shotgun Rider.
Shotgun Rider, yeah.
It's a great tune. You'll be hearing it very, very soon on 97.3 The Dog. Ladies and gentlemen, our special guest this morning, Tim McGraw.
Hello, Louisiana.
97.3
The Dog.